guys, here it's Emmanuel from DiceTuga, and it's again that time of the year. It's again holiday season, and I know that there is some parents, hopefully there is parents watching this video, and if you're anything like me, you feel that these seasons, they just go like, it's one after the other, and it goes so fast. Children grow so fast, and you don't see time passing by. Far away are the days where I would spend days and days thinking, oh my god, this day or week or month never finishes, and November went just like this. So if you read the title, you know what this video is about. It's a top 10 list of games for kids. Yes, because it's time for gifts, right? So I hope that by the end of this video you know what to get for your kids. If you are looking at this video, board games, this is for nerds, well, maybe they might be, but it's not a big deal to become a nerd or a geek. So I would consider board games because it's very nice for their intellectual, for their motor skills, and just stay until the end of the video and you might be surprised. And why do I find this video very special this year is that today we have a top 10 with 5 honorable mentions. So in total we have 15 games, but this list was not made by me. This was totally made by my daughter. I just put all the games that we play together and with the youngest one as well. We put it on a database, we did a sorting, and she chose which ones she wanted to play over the other, and so that's how we built that list. She did it all by herself. So everything you're going to see here, it is her decision. I do not agree with most of them. Some of these games I cannot stand, but I'm going to tell you why you might want to consider them for your kids, because the importance here is that not only that your kids love playing board games, that they enjoy playing board games with you, and that both of you learn as well how to communicate and how to deal with each other and spend a good time together. Because board games really teach a lot of patience, and again, like I said in the beginning, a lot of skills, intellectual skills, motor skills. The kids get engaged, so you need to play your role as a parent and be there to support them in some of these games, because they will be very frustrating. So without further ado, let's just jump right in, and we are going to start with the 5 honorable mentions. The first game I'm going to mention is perfect for family dinners, friends dinners, to play with old people, young people, kids, any age, because this is a party game. So if you don't like party games, wait until the next one. But if you are in a family, this is the perfect game for you to take and play together, because the rules are super simple, and I'm talking about That's Not a Hat. This game, cheap, 10 euros. If you see it on second hand, just get it in second hand. There's no reason for us nowadays to buy new board games, because you can get second-hand games that are still good, and you can find it for cheap. This is the case. This you can find in second-hand maybe for 5-7 euros. So if you find this, just get it. And this is a game where every player, so you can play from 3 to 8 players, and it goes from age 8 plus. But the age for me in board games is BS. So do not limit yourself. This is just a general recommendation. My kids, the oldest is 6 years old, and the youngest is 3 years old, and some of these games they play without a problem. That's Not a Hat is a game where every person has cards, and each card contains an object. I don't know if you can see it well, I'm not able to see, but you have, for example, a compass, you have a hanger, you have roller skates, you have a cake, and everyone has a card, and in the beginning of the game every card is turned back up, so we are all able to see what everyone has. But then we turn it around, and we need to pass the cards around. So you turn your sandals back down and you say, this is sandals, or these are cake. The funny part is that at some point in time, certainly if you are playing this after dinner, nobody remembers what cards they have. So people start bluffing, people start laughing, and kids just love it. Me, personally, I cannot play 2 rounds of this game, more than 2 rounds of this game, because I get tired. This is fun, but it's not like, this is more a filler game. This is a preparation for another game. So that has, it's one of those cases where my daughter loves it, but I'm like, yeah, I'm willing to play 2 games of this, but then I want to go for something else. But totally worth to play with your parents, grandparents. This works with every age. That's not a hat. Then we have a game that will challenge your relationship with your kid, and will challenge their patience and their perception, their way they understand what other people want to do. Because this is a game where you do not communicate and where you're trying to escape with 4 heroes, and I'm talking about Magic Maze. In Magic Maze, we are all in a mall, and we are a dwarf, we are a warrior, we are a mage, and I forgot the other one. But basically we are 4 characters, we all play together. Each player has cards that define the movement that they can do when they move around with the characters, with the heroes. For example, if I have a card that says that I can only move up, the other player cannot move up with the character. It needs to be me who moves up. But the funny part is that nobody can communicate, so they will have to understand where you want to go. Make your life easy to avoid crisis in the first games. Just talk through, try to plan with your kid, say, look, where do you think we should go now? They recommend to play the first game like that. I would recommend play the first 4 games like that, and then they will start to understand what is the goal of the game and where we are trying to do, because you are going always to try to do a similar strategy. So Magic Maze, play it carefully. This is a 2 to 4 player. It's cooperative, so it has a lot of scenarios. Me and my daughter, we only played 2. Just take it easy, but this is a very nice one. A bit of adventure one. Then we have a game that my 3-year-old plays it in one way, and my 6-year-old respect the rules. And this is a game of time pressure as well. You need to move fast, you need to turn around the tokens to get the right image in order to place on a boat, and we are talking about Dodo. The first time I saw Dodo, it was set up in a board game store, and I found it super cute, and it was immediate success at home. You need to put a ball on top of the mountain, and the ball is going to go around with magnets around the mountain or the volcano, and that's it. The ball will at some point will get down. If you play by the rules, you need to actually fill the boat and be able to match some icons that are on the bottom of the island before the ball comes down. So every time you are able to complete a set of icons, you turn around the wood for the ball to be able to go down. If you don't, the ball just falls and you lose the game. So this is also a very nice one, because they need to really act fast and it will teach them to be patient and to calm down and take a deep breath and just focus on the task. Don't look at the distraction of the ball, just focus on what you need to do. So Dodo is another one. Next one is a game that I don't like it. I don't like, this is the kid version. I also don't like the adult version. I'm sorry, I find it's overrated. But boom, every time the kids come to ask me to play, I just play it. I don't want to say no, and it's talking about Carcassonne. Yeah, Carcassonne. It's a tile placement game. And in this one, it's also very simple. This is a really good introduction to board games for your kids, because this is not a Monopoly. This is not a who is who. This is already a Euro game for kids. So totally worth, just not my type of game. Basically, you need to place tiles. They need to connect through roads. And every time you connect through a road, if you have villagers, if you have meeples on that road, you score points. My girls, they love it. The 3-year-old, she has fun just putting tiles around and build her a tiny town. I don't care, she doesn't play by the rules. My oldest, she does enjoy it. So another recommendation, Carcassonne Junior. And finally, for the last honorable mention, is a game from Sashi and Sashi. This one was a very good surprise to know that my daughter really enjoyed, and it's Remember Our Trip. And Remember Our Trip is a game where you need to build on your board a set of icons, I would say, not icons, colors maybe, to kind of remember where certain buildings were on your trip. And so she was not really grasping the theme. She thought like, but wait, are we trying to remember our trip to Portugal? our trip to France. What trip are we talking about? So it was a bit confusing in the beginning, but she just understood the game completely. She really captured it. And so I think if my kid can, your kid as well. This is very funny, very cool. And the themes of Sashi and Sashi are always special. We might have another one here on the list, so totally recommend Remember Our Trip. This is a 2 to 4 player, 30 minutes max, so go for it. That's it, that's the honorable mention, and I think that if we would stop here the video, you already have a very good list. But we are going for the top 10 now, and this is when you could start the video, but you would be losing very good games. So number 10, that she loved it, was Double. And I think this has another name maybe in the States, but this game is, for me, ridiculous. This is just, I'm sorry, but I cannot stand this. I hate this game. I don't understand the thing. But kids spend time and time on this. My 2 daughters, they just spend time and time on this. And basically, the game is nothing more than you have 2 of these. So you draft 2 of these things, put them together, and you need to find the common character. So in this case, the common character is the bear from Toy Story. So we see, I don't know if you see it. And so you just do that. You found the character, you score a point. And then you draft another 2 cards, and you do the same until all this pile is gone. And trust me, when they play together, this takes a lot of time for them to finish. I'm going to share a secret with you. If you need to play with them and you are tired of the game, play side by side, and then you can go like you put the 2 cards, and then your kid is focused with your arm. Try to take a bunch of them, hide them, so that the pile shortens a bit, because I'm recommending this game for your kids, but for you it will be probably a nightmare because this never ends. But number 10, Double. This is perfect for them to play with each other, maybe not with you, but they will have a lot of time on this game. This is probably one of the most played games that they have, so a recommendation. The next one is a game from this year, from the publisher Pythagoras, Portuguese publisher, and is designed by Costa, and it's Rooster Chase. This game is super fun. This is a game about catching male chickens. I'm not going to say the word, so it's about catching male chickens with worms. And so, you need to have the chickens, they like a certain type of worm, and so when you provide that worm, if you are able to provide the worm that they like, then you might be able to you are able to collect a card from the market, and so you fill in your hand again. If you are able to place, for example, 3 worms of the same color in a certain position, you also score points. If you get a certain number of male chickens, and you have 2 that are black, 1 that is brown, and 1 that is multicolor, and you build that set, you complete an objective, so that also gives you points. And you can play this game with different difficulties. So I play this with my 3-year-old. The age recommended for this is, where is it? There's no age recommendation. Is 8+. But with a bit of house ruling, you can play with a small child, because you can just play the part of feeding worms to the male chickens. Okay, so the Rooster Chase is one that I recommend. It works wonders here at home, and Rooster Chase. This is probably the favorite game of my 3-year-old, because she's very good at it. I don't like it. It's another of those games that. It's pretty, it has dragons, and it looks like King Domino, so it is Dragomino, and they love this game. And this is, for kids that are 6 and 3 years old, for them to play together, this is a game that it's not cooperative, but it's very nice for them to play against each other. It has created some crises here at home, here and there, but yeah, you know, it is what it is. Totally recommend. This is a game where you need to, actually I don't remember what this game does. You need to place dominoes. I came prepared for this video. No, I know. You need to place dominoes, and if each domino has two types of terrain, so you can have wood, you can have lava or fire, you can have snow, and when you place snow next to a snow, normally there's the icon of an egg, so you can draft an egg. If there is a dragon, it's good for you. If there is a broken egg, you don't score anything. So basically, those are the rules. Very simple again, but they play this also. The box, I'm surprised the box is not completely destroyed, because they just play this, and we still didn't lose any piece. So Dragomino is another success for kids between 3-6 years old, even though it's recommended 5+, yeah, 5+. So that's not a big difference. 2 to 4 players, and it doesn't last long, 15 minutes. So from Blue Orange, recommend Dragomino. Then we are talking about classic of the classics. This is also a very good entry point for board games. It's not a game that I'm willing to play all the time, but it's a game that if it's an introduction to someone, I do play. It's with trains, so why not? And it's Ticket to Ride. My first adventure. This box is completely destroyed. They play this with different ways. So they play just by putting the trains after each other in the beginning. Then they decide to start following the rules, and they do, my oldest, she does follow the rule. She tries to build always the longest road in Ticket to Ride. But since I am a terrible, terrible father, I always destroy that longest road and do it myself. So it's always fun, but this is a game that they will play by the rules. But if you have smaller kids, just let them play with the pieces. They want to just build a train and put it on the board. Just let them touch the components, touch the board, feel what it is, a board game, and they might be interested to actually playing the game by the rules, which is the case with my oldest. So another one that I recommend, Ticket to Ride. I mean, it's a classic. Number 6 is a game designed by Fabio Lima, Portuguese designer, also with the publisher Mebo Games, or Mebo Games, also a Portuguese publisher, and it's a game that teaches in a very nice way math, and my daughter loves it. She just loves it, and she has tendency to win because I'm really not good at math. So Hercules, I recommend. This is a game where you are going to advance on a track, but you need to do some kind of math to be able to achieve your objective. So you are going to navigate on a track, and you have also something that I love, which is dices. But my main goal with this game was really to introduce my daughter to mathematics, and this game does a very good job on doing so. So it's fun. It's not putting math there on your face. It's doing it on a more relaxing way. You know, of course, you are just going to do some subtractions, divisions, and multiplications. Is there division? I don't know, I'm not sure. I think there is divisions. It's been a bit that I played this one, but I think there is divisions, and it's perfect to introduce them to math. So another one that I recommend, Hercules from Mebo Games, designed by Fabio Lima, which is soon having a new game, which is Cat Hood. Very curious about that one as well, and maybe probably will be able to play with my kids. The only problem is it has cats. Oh well. Let's go to top 5. And I can say by looking here, all of these top 5 games are on my top 40, 50 games of all time. These are very good games. And so these are ones that you can really go and buy them, because if you need to have 5 games for Christmas, these are the ones. First one, I already talked about recently on Halloween about it, and we played all the monsters, and she loved it. This is an amazing game. I love Horrified because it's very thematic. You have different monsters. Each monster has a different way to destroy, to vanquish, and it's all about different puzzles. And so you need to think different ways to achieve those goals. It's a cooperative game, and so you can communicate with your kid, you can plan out, you can say, what do you think we should do next? Because if you go here, this might happen. If we go there, this might happen. And you will be surprised how smart they are. Also, I was shocked by some of the ideas and thinking that my daughter had playing this game, like thinking maybe we should sacrifice a villager, because if we sacrifice the villager, we are going to increase the fear tracker. That's true, but at least we can get to that location and already kill 2 birds with 1 shot. And I was like, well, so it is possible that I'm really stupid as well. But it's always nice to see your kid come up with those things, you know. And so this one, even if you don't play with kids, this solo, it's perfect, and it's so thematic. So I love Horrified. I think it's in my top 20 list of games of all time. It's just get it. It's really a good time playing this game. Next one, if you play chess or if you enjoy chess and you want to maybe introduce your kid to chess or something similar, but that is not so classic as chess, you can try Onitama. And my daughter, she loves this game. She just loves this game. She likes the fact that every game, so this is similar to chess, but you don't have as many pieces, and basically per game you have 3 cards, and those 3 cards represent movements that you can do with those pieces, and so it's one against the other, like chess, and those cards, they are always changing, so you need to think ahead which movement you might be able to do in 1 turn or in 2 turns, to kill the master. And it's those cards, you have a lot of cards. The expansions also bring new cards new movement cards into the game, but she gets really excited. She's always like thinking like, okay, now next I'm going to be able to do that movement, so I will be able to capture this one. So she loses a lot of times, but I lost. I lost already a couple of them, more than a couple, where I was like, wow, this came out of nowhere. So Onitama, this is also very inexpensive. This, I think, cost me at the time 25 euros. Totally worth. It comes with a playmat, a very nice playmat like this. So you have here the board, and it has very nice, oops, everything is falling on the ground. It has very nice pieces for the masters, the cards, the movement cards, and all of that is contained in this box, all of that. So you can take this anywhere as well. This is very good, and it has magnet, so you see, it closes very well. Perfect to introduce your kids to something similar to chess, and it's, yeah, kind of an abstract game, but they will love it. So guarantee, go get Onitama. First, let me get to everything that fell on the ground before I go to number 3. And number 3, it's funny because number 3, the name of the game kind of represents 3. And it's, of course, Trio. This is this big. Another game that is inexpensive. You can play this, how many people? The more the better, but you can play this 3 to 6 player. This is a 7-year-old recommendation. Ignore that, just play it, and it can last up to 15 minutes. And basically, we are all going to have a certain number of cards that are like this, very pretty cards. They are like this. So you have your hand of cards, and you will ask other people, what is your highest card? And they will say 11. Ah, great, I want that. And then you ask to another one, what is your highest card? And they will say 11. Okay, thank you, give it that to me. And then if you get 3 11s, you get a trio. And when you get 2 trios, you win the game unless you make a trio of the number 7. Because if you do trio of 7, you win the game immediately. Immediately success with my oldest. She loves this game. You can carry this everywhere. You go to the restaurant, there's no excuse. You can play a board game. You can play trio. You go to the park, she doesn't want to play, trio. Whatever, anywhere there is a table, you can play trio. It's better than a freaking tablet. It's better than a phone. If they color books and so on, perfect. But instead of tablet, just play a game with your kid, you know. And trio is so good. So it's very simple, and yeah, just get it. And inexpensive as well, and huge success with the kids. Next one, number 2, is a game from this year, again from Sashi and Sashi. And man, I love Sashi and Sashi. And this is Bus Stop. A bus stop, you basically you have people in your bus, and you need to drop them in a certain location, and that's it. That's it. And look, that's it. This is the size. And more and more, I'm enjoying these small box size games, because I have everything false today. I have way too much games in my another one in my shelves. But basically you have passengers like this. You see, they all have different colors, but they will be similar. So here we have a teacher, and here we have another teacher of the same color. And so you will have to deliver these people somewhere. And when you deliver, you score points. And so if you are able to deliver more people of the same type in a certain location, you will score at the end more points. But it's, of course, you have a limitation on your bus. So if you get too much people on your bus, and you might have to discard some of them, which thematically means that you are dropping them in a zone where they didn't want to be dropped, you will lose points at the end of the game. So very easy to teach. My daughter also understood it quite fast. And it's fun for them, because they are like putting people on their bus, and they are like simulating that they are riding somewhere, always constantly driving somewhere, to drop them in a certain location. So Bus and Stop, that's the one to get. And now for number 1, I have not one, but 2 games. But it's not cheating, because it's basically the same game. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably know which one it is, because we play this a lot. And so last year, I introduced my daughter to 7 Wonders Duel. Great game, still very good, but I am very sorry. But this year came out Lord of the Rings Duel for the Middle Earth. This game is amazing. I was very scared of the hype, because they were hyping this game and stuff. I'm not a fan of the coins in the game, because you never really talk about coins in Lord of the Rings. I would have preferred lembas, something like that, but I can live with that. But the locations, which replaces the wonders, and then you have the track of the Nazguls after the Frodo and Sam, and the way that track works is also very, very nice. I love the fact that you can conquer locations on the map, and it's also funny that my daughter wants the game thanks to that, because she was able to put one military unit in every location on the board, and I was really not paying attention to that. So if you don't know how this works, is that you have to place the cards in the beginning of the game in certain way. Some of them are turned up, others are turned down, and you are just going to select cards. So you take a card, you have to pay for that card. Some of them might be free, because you already have the resources that are needed for you to have that card for free, and you are going to try maybe or be able to build those certain locations or to send units to the map, and that's what you are going to be able to do that thanks to the cards. And here we are trying to build wonders or to win through military, and here we can also build those wonders, but we also are able to win the game by conquering the locations on the map, or if the Nazgul are reach to the hobbits, the bad guys will win the game. If the hobbits are able to reach Mount Doom, they also win the game. This is a game, probably the game that we played the most this year, and I even considered to buy a second one just to have an extra copy because I love it. And if you were at Essen, you were able to get the promo tiles. So here, as you can see, you have the map. So we have here special locations like Lindon, we have Rohan, Gondor, Mordor, and so on. And if you were at Essen, you were able to get these 2 tiles here for free. You can find them on BGG and you can print them by yourself. So try to find the sizes. If you are interested in those, you can drop a comment in there, and I can try to provide you the Word file that I used with the right measurements. So you only need to print. And then I had some carton box. This is from Juices, and I'm going to glue them. Of course, you'll be able to see that this is not the real deal, but I contacted the publisher, and they said it was only one thing that was done during Essen, and they didn't have any more, or they didn't want to provide, which is totally on their right. And you also have a solo variant. Didn't try, but it's all on BGG. So this game has a lot of material out there. So go ahead and have a look. These are my number 1 recommendations, and also my daughter number 1. Which one should you choose? Well, if you love Lord of the Rings, and I already made a video like this on Instagram, if you love Lord of the Rings, go get this one. This is it. Boom. Forget Seven Wonders. This for me is a better version. If you don't care about Lord of the Rings and you find this one, now you can find it super cheap because everybody is selling this one to get this one. But if you don't really care about Lord of the Rings, just get this one, and maybe you are able to get a deal with all the expansions. I heard one of them is really good, the other one you can skip it. I don't recall now the name, but I think it's the Pantheon that is the good one, and the Agora, you can skip it. So if you don't care about Lord of the Rings, just get this one. It's a very good game, works wonders. 7 wonders. But for me, this is the one. I am not going to sell my 7 Wonder Duel. This is going to probably to Portugal, and like that I can play 7 Wonders in Portugal at my house there. But this one is going to stay with me forever. This is just the game that is going to stay. And if I do a top 20 games of all time, this might be in there because I truly love this game, and my daughter as well. So guys, this is our recommendation for you for this holiday season. I hope that this video gave you a lot of ideas and options for you to get. None of this game is very rare or hard to find or very expensive. Some of them are like easy, a lot of them in second-hand websites. Try Vinted. If you live in Belgium, you can try Ocaseo, is a very good website as well. If you live in Portugal, or there is the website called OLX, might have another ones, and buy from local stores as well to help the business, and they usually make nice prices as well, certainly during Black Friday, but this video will be edited after that. So that was my recommendation, or better said, my daughter's recommendation, and I hope you have loads of fun with your kids, and most important, be patient with them. They will not grasp the rules, they will be frustrated, but you are there to guide them, and you will do a great job doing so. So help them through that, and you'll see it will be amazing time. Guys, thank you. Have a nice holiday season and see you on the next one.